Hola amigos, soy Jane y eso es Fincaarte. Hi friends, I'm Jane and this is Fincaarte. The hardest thing about the garden in August is keeping up with harvesting. Cucumbers are coming in at 2 or 3 a day. I have 10 in the fridge. Gonna have to do some pickling, I think, later on. What has gone well in the garden and what hasn't gone well in the garden this year? Okay, everything was late being planted because of the pandemic and not being able to get to the garden centre, and a few mistakes were made because of that. Number one, I initially planted tomato seeds taken from tomatoes that I bought at the supermarket. They grew, but because I didn't know whether they were going to be plants that needed support or if they were going to be bush plants, I planted them in a place in the garden where really I couldn't fix supports very easily, and of course they turned out to be plants that are just going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing, and I didn't have supports, and so they got heavy and some of them fell over. Number two, even tomatoes like these ones here that are ones that I grew from packet seed, so I knew that they, that they would need support, and the ones that I put in front that they wouldn't need support, even those have grown much bigger than I expected them to. They're supposed to be a bush tomato, but they're up nearly at shoulder height already, and when the fruit grows and it's a mucha miel tomato and it's a big fruit, they're getting heavy and they're starting to fall over, so I had to put in supports retrospectively for those as well. Lesson learned, all tomatoes from now on are going to go next to supports, which probably will mean growing on the fence. I'm also getting a handful of these every day. They're a type of tomato called yellow submarine, which is a funny name considering they look like little light bulbs. The butternut squash. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 butternut squash plants. That is too much. 2 or 3 would probably have been enough. I planted 1, 2, 3, 4 pumpkin plants, not really expecting to get giant pumpkins, but hoping, and they have gone absolutely crazy, and I actually have quite a lot of pumpkins coming. This is a success story, but it does pose a problem for me because we don't have facilities here for keeping vegetables a long time over the winter. We don't have a cellar, we don't have a suitable environment, so probably Halloween is the limit really. I could freeze some, but you know what pumpkin's like, it's sort of wet and soggy and mushy when you defrost it, and it's not ideal. So maybe 4 pumpkin plants was too many, but hey, that is a success story. I grew chilies this year, 2 different types, habanero and jalapeno, and both have grown really well. but neither of them are spicy, not a bit. I could eat a whole one with seeds in, and I'm coming! I could eat a whole one with seeds and it would be, yeah, there's no spice. I've been told that you have to treat your chilies mean and they get back at you by getting spicy. Get spicy! Hello, Clyde. You want to help? Are you helping? I know. Huge success has been the trellis with the ornamental gourds. I have tons of ornamental gourds which I can turn into spoons, birdhouses, bowls, all sorts of things this winter, and that will be fun to do. Also, the shade has been a perfect place. I still have beetroot growing. I've been harvesting beetroot for more than a month now, and they're still getting bigger and growing, and it's not been too hot for them, even though it's plus 40 degrees here on a daily basis now, and that's phenomenal. I'm really pleased about that. Melons also, I've had, we're on just about to start number 3 melon from the one plant, and we have another 1, 2, 4 plants that have smaller melons on them, so we will have melon for breakfast every day now right through till September. They've done really well. This is a snake's head gourd. It's slightly different from the other ones that I'm growing, and I have 2 gourds actually growing like that. Yep, the aubergine are doing well. So that's the garden in August. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. So far nothing, but that would be really nice. Taking a rest from the watering. If you'd like to see more of our videos, please hit subscribe and the little bell icon. If you do that, you will receive notifications every time a new video is put up. And if you would like to hit the like button, YouTube likes that, and it's good for us too. See you next time.